right, greetings, Uja, Ubin Nupper, OCO. Thank you for tuning in. All right, so my name is Arit Chiamet, and I don't know if you can hear me. I hope you can hear me. I think you can hear me. I've never tried this setting before, so let's see how it goes. Hi. Okay, well, I'll leave that one where it is. Okay, and welcome to today's episode of the Spiral Dance Medicine Wheel at the Spring Equinox and the Full Moon Cosmic Chimes and Chanting. And because of the weather and other things going on, I decided to combine the two sessions and just have them indoors. So I'm just inside here in my space. And at the full moon, we have the chimes set up here. Each one of these chimes is tuned to a different planetary frequency. And in Kimatone's Cosmic Sound Healing, they also correspond to the different gods and goddesses, the Neteru. And so when we get to that portion of the program, I'll be chanting the names of the Neters that correspond to the alignment for today's full moon. And then we're going to have the Spiral Dance Medicine Wheel sound offering, where I'll be offering chants or sounds, chants and sounds from representing the four directions. We have, let me get the chart here in the back. This is my version of the Spiral Dance Medicine Wheel. And it's about the indigenous people of the four directions coming together, sharing the wisdom teachings that we've all learned, because we all started at the center of humanity, which was in somewhere on the what we know as African continent. Started with the Black people, and it just kind of spiraled out until we had these four directions. So this medicine wheel is based on the wisdom of the Lakota people, Lakota Nation, and also the Hopi. The Hopi say that in this time, that the third shaking of the earth, the people of the four directions will come together and share the wisdom teachings that we've learned from the different directions. And the Lakota have the people, I'm going to say divided or separated, but I'll say mapped out this way. So the people to the south represent the Black people, people originating in Africa with the gift of water, which deals with our feelings and our emotions and our soul. And this chart also represents the four aspects of being: body, mind, soul, spirit, the seasons, the indigenous people, the four directions, the four elements. So this represents summer. And then we have the people to the east, what we know as the yellow people from India and Asia. And they have the gift of the mind, the gift of air, and they're attributed with meditation and yoga, and the whole art of chanting. You have to remember that all of these traditions actually started in the South, but these are the people that have that hold the wisdom today. This is what they bring to when we come together. Then the people to the north are the indigenous people of Europe before colonization, before Christianity, before the Roman empires, before all of that. There were indigenous people of the north, and they have the gift of the fire. And it's said that's represented in the inventions that they have that are, ruled by fire, like the car, ruled by the ignition and all the conveniences, most of which were invented by Black people, but the people of the north get credit for it. And so that's the fire, the spirit, the north. And then to the west, we have the people of the red people, the indigenous people of Turtle Island, North and Central and South America. They have the gift of the earth. They represent the physical, the body. They're the west. And then I also have on this chart, we have the mid-seasons. So we have summer, spring, winter, fall. So each one is a different direction. And then we also have the chakras mapped out. And it's a spiral dance because it's not just a year going round and round in a circle. We're spiraling outward, moving forward. So as this spiral moves forward, we're here at the center. We're moving forward and we're gathering all the wisdom of the four directions, the four elements, four aspects of being, the four directions, the four people, the four directions, and so on and so forth. So when I do these offerings, it's at one of these points along the spiral dance. Now we're at the spring equinox. And that's what we do. We have the traditions from the four directions with one intention, and we just make these sound offerings. Okay, so without further ado, let's begin. If you have any questions, I'm not right up by the computer screen, so I have to come up every now and then. Happy spring! Thanks for tuning in. Yeah. So now we're going to start off by setting our intention for this session. And I start off my sound healing sessions with this wonderful crystal bowl that's tuned to, the key of the root chakra, the key of G, they say it is. So my intentions for this session, I'm just going to be chanting them into this bowl. And it's for the people of the four directions. That we remember our humanity, our unity, our divinity, our oneness, our one root. We all have roots that began with the people of the South, the original humans. And we're able to stop this needless arguing and warring and disputing, lying and deceptions, and we're able to just live as light beings, having a human experience, being human, light beings, human. The indigenous people of the four directions to awaken and unite at any means necessary. May we live as one family, the family of humanity. going to move on to the Four Directions song. This is traditionally a Lakota song. It's a very sacred song. And when I realized I had Lakota ancestry, this song became part of my medicine, part of my work. And I recorded it reggae style. And there was a little tiny bit of opposition, but once we, from an elder, we had a dialogue over the radio, and then he gave me his blessing to continue sharing my story and sharing the medicine of this song. And the song is inspired this the Spiral Dance Medicine Wheel sessions, and it talks about the four directions, and then above and below, and then within us. The last one is silent. So it's actually 7 directions, but they, then we include above and below and within makes it 7. And it's basically about what this ceremony is. The people of the 4 directions, the 4 elements, 4 aspects of being, 4 elements, 4 seasons, all coming together as one. And this drum is from Hopi Land. I don't know if you can see it. And it even has the 4 directions as well. And it's got the stars, and it's got the sacred geometry, the little pyramid, like the Sakara. Oh, there you go. And so I'm going to be facing the 4 directions. I think the YouTube one is backwards. But anyway, right now I'm facing east, if you want to join with me. Yana payata, hey duayo, Nathan kashila, hi and dua, hey okay, Jackie ayo, hey dua, hey okay. We don't got data, hey, you are yo. Nathan, Kashila, I and you are hey, hey. Jackie, ayo, hey, you are hey, hey. We are bata, hey, do I yo? Nathan, Kashila, I am hey, hey. Jackie, ayo, hey, do I hey. Wazia Kadia, hey, do I yo? Nathan, Kashila, I am do I hey, hey. Jackie, ayo, hey, do I hey. Wakana Kadia. Hey, do I yo? Nathan, Kashila, I am do I hey, hey. Jackie, ayo, hey, do I hey, hey. Makana Kadia, hey, do I yo? Nathan, Kashila, I am you are. Hey, hey. Jackie, ayo, hey, do I, hey, hey. we're going to take a moment. Oops, don't move anything. I'll take a moment and I'm going to call out the indigenous nations of Chicagoland. You can also call out your ancestors. I'm just going to pour out some water onto a plant. You can just call out your some of your ancestors' names. Ojibwe, Odawa, Potawatomi, Miami, Ho-Chunk, Menominee, Sac, Fox, and Kickapoo. Those are some of the people that made tremendous sacrifices so that we could be standing right where we are, wherever we are. There's some indigenous people that moved out of the way so that America could manifest. Right? So, is there anything else I want to share about that song? Yeah, I'm going to share the medicine of what that song represents for me, how it changed my life. Like I said, I just started learning about my indigenous heritage. Just found out I had Lakota and Chalagi. And back at that time, I had a tremendous hatred for white people because I had just also found out about slavery in Africa and the Trail of Tears. For some reason, I was about to get a PhD in astronomy, but had not learned about the history. And so for like 5 years, I just had such rage and hatred. And I heard this song, and someone had shared with me the teachings about the great purification of all things, the time that we're living in right now. And when that happened, I got a huge sty on my eye right here. And it moved back and forth on this eye, up and down, above and below, and then over to this eye, to the other eye, and then jumped back over to this eye. And this went on for over a year. And then one day I realized, well, I have white ancestors. And not all of them were slave owners. There was just maybe a few generations of them that were slave owners. And they weren't all, some of them were indigenous people of the North. That's what this Lakota medicine brought to me, was that they weren't all like that. And then once I started singing this song and became part of our song list, our repertoire, the styes, it went away. They never came back. And so that's the medicine of that offering, I hope. All right, now let's see. Okay, let's move to, started there at the west. Let's go to the east. I'm going to do a little chanting. So we may or may not know this, but sometime between when I was in the reggae world, I was a reggae singer, reggae artist, and we also practiced Black Hebrew Israelite traditions when I was raising my daughters as homeschooling. And during that time, I also got very deep into yoga. The postures, the meditations, the breathing. This was before I knew about African yoga. This was Eastern yoga. And so I want to share some of the chants that I still practice from time to time. Oh, looks like there's a few comments. Let's see. Before I go on to the next phase. I'm so glad you love the music. Thank you. Oh, thank you for being here, Lola. You're not late. You're right on time. And you can always watch the beginning over in the replay. I'm so glad you all are here. Okay, so like I said, we're going to move to the east. Now, the singing bowl that I played at the beginning is based on Eastern culture, but I definitely consider this to be like a New Age, people of the North instrument that is rooted in the Eastern traditions. And when I do my other chanting, I also have traditional bowls. So the first chant I'm going to offer is from Japanese Buddhism, and I practiced I practiced daily, twice a day, hours a day for about 20 years. I was the district leader of the chapter where I lived for 6 or 7 years. So this is the chant from the Soka Gakkai. It's the same chant that Tina Turner chanted. Well, she still chants, that turned her life around. And it definitely turned my life around. The only reason I left that institution is because I wanted to get more in touch with my African culture. So, but anyway, I'm going to just do a few minutes. I don't have a clock. See, I have a little timer. Let me get it. Yeah, I usually have some beads, but since I'm doing sound, I decided to play the bowl. So I have this little timer that I use when I just want to chant a few minutes. So I'm just gonna put it on there. You might know this chant. Nam yo ho ringe yo, 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 nam yo ho ringe. Nam yo ho ringe yo, 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 nam yo ho ringe yo. Nam yo ho ringe yo, 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 nam yo ho ringe yo. Nam yo ho ringe yo, 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 nam yo ho ringe yo. Nam yo ho ringe yo, 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 nam yo ho ringe yo. Ringe yo, nam yo ho ringe yo, nam yo ho ringe yo. Nam yo ho ringe yo, 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 nam yo ho ringe yo. Nam yo ho ringe yo, 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 nam yo ho ringe yo. All right, so I forgot to properly introduce that chant. I only told you a celebrity that chants. So the meaning of the chant is devotion of body and mind to the true object of worship, which is your life. That's the Nam. And then the Myoho is the mystic sound, the mystic law, where you can manifest the impossible to the possible, from the invisible to the visible. And Ringe is the simultaneity of cause and effect. It's symbolized as a lotus flower when it originates at the bottom of the pond or the water, and it goes through the murky mud, and then when it gets to the surface, it blossoms. The lotus flower blossoms, and the same time that it blossoms, it produces a seed. So it's a simultaneity of cause and effect. Most flowers, they blossom and then the seeds come later, but with this lotus flower, and I have tell you that I have had so many miracles manifest through this practice. And however, it wasn't allowing me to change my mind. Like, I was coming out of trauma and I needed to heal. And I was manifesting things and I was helping people, but I wasn't, the other practices weren't helping me change my heart and my mind. And so, that's why I evolved onto Kemetic yoga. And this practice of Buddhism is from Japan, originated in Japan. Nichiren Daishonin in 1263, I think it was, had gotten fed up with all the different factions of Buddhism, and they were just bickering amongst themselves, and they weren't being true to Buddhism. And so he had a revelation, or I don't really know what the word is in English, and I haven't studied in years, so you have to learn it, go study yourself. But he just realized all you have to do is chant the name of the Lotus Sutra, and you wouldn't need to study the other sutras. You wouldn't even have to study the Lotus Sutra. You could just chant the name, which is Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. So if you just chant the title of that sutra, then you can be enlightened. Even if you just chant 3 times a day, you can obtain enlightenment. It's an amazing practice. I highly recommend you checking it out if you're seeking. And then the other chant from the East I wanted to offer. I'm going to play all my little bowls for this one. I've never done that with bowls. I usually just chant. Like I said, this is new. Try something new. I think I want more. Okay. So when I got really serious about my manifesting journey, I came and I was wanting to heal from head injury. Well, head injury from when I was really young. I felt like I still had the trauma associated in my energy field. And so I was led to the work of Dr. Pillai, who's from India, and his temple honors many of the Indian deities. And the main one, of course, is Lakshmi, because he wants to eliminate poverty in his lifetime. And I've had a same thing. I've had many wonderful manifestations with this Hekau. But again, it was all for, spiritual manifestation of the physicality. And I really needed to deal with my mentality and my heart. So I just kept moving on. But anyway, this is a wonderful chant. It's part of it I learned from Dr. Pillai, Shreem Brazi, for the goddess Lakshmi, Shreem Brazi. And then the first part, Hrim Klim, I learned from Amma, the singing, hugging guru, who's my mentor. And so I just combined them because it's for Lakshmi. Okay. So I'm just going to play with my bells and bowls and chant for about 3 minutes. Om Hrim Klim Shrazi Namaha. Om Hrim Klim Shrim Brazi 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 Namaha. Shrim Brazi Namaha. Om Klim Shrim Brazi Namaha. Oh, it's still me. Right, that was our little journey to the east. Because the chantress of the four directions knows chants and uses sounds from the four directions. So that's my aspiration. Okay. Now we're going to move to the next portion of the program, which combines three directions in one. It combines the Eastern traditions because this practice of acutonics is based on traditional Chinese medicine, which in fact is based in Africa. And then it uses the acutonics sound healing system, which was created by people of the North with their acutonics. They use the tuning forks. You know, you see me work with the tuning forks that are, these are the energy field ones. The other ones that are weighted are placed directly on the body in alignment with the, acupuncture points and meridians. And then I'll be chanting the Kemetic names of the divinities associated with the planetary alignment for today. So we have Ra for the sun in Sidereal Pisces, Neptune, Nebuchadnezzar, ruled by Nebuchadnezzar. And then we have the full moon. And I'm making a little change here in horoscopes. Sidereal Virgo is usually ruled by Mercury, which is attributed to Jehuti. However, in horoscopes, the sign of Sidereal Virgo, Aspolia, is represented by a seed. And at that time, in this system, it's the time to plant your intentions in the garden of life. And the nectar that's most associated with intentions is, in my opinion, is Goddess Sheta, the cosmic scribe, because you write down your intentions. So I also have the tone for Mercury or Jehuti, which is where Virgo is traditionally attributed. And then I'm also starting to include Anpu, the opener of the ways. In this system, the tone Anpu is called the zodiac, and it represents all the constellations along the ecliptic. Okay, so that's a little introduction to what I'm about to do next. So I use a 13-month sidereal astrology system, which is a little different than the Western. The Western is man-made. It's not based on anything in nature. And this system uses the ephemeris that NASA puts out. So I feel a lot more comfortable using that than a man-made one. Maybe one day I'll have one that's even more accurate than NASA. Let's see, is that enough? That's not quite enough room for me. Stand up. I usually sit down, but for today I decided to stand. I'm using the whole room. That's a little better. Okay. Here. Let's just see if there's any more comments before I go to the next session. Uh-oh, got my glasses. Can't do much without those. Mary Meads. Oh, beautiful. You love the sound. Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Whoa. I keep bumping into the plant with my feathers. Yeah, I'm really excited about them today. All right, so I stated the intention at the beginning. It was very simple, that the people of the four directions come together and live as one. And we are starting off with the Anpu, the opener of the way, to open the way of our session that remove any obstacles to our spiritual success. Let's see, I want to rearrange them a little bit. Start with the moon. Let's start with the moon. Since I put two over there. Okay, here we go. Okay. So like I said, this portion of the program honors three directions in one. That's very powerful. And if you hear me say dua, that means adorations or thank you or recognizing the divinity in someone. And if I say nukpu, that means I am. Here, let me raise this up because it's blocking my face. I am means I am that. And the nettars are cosmic forces of nature, not just iconography or gods and goddesses, but they're the very fabric of creation, and they live within us. And our purpose in life is not to just worship them, but is to master them, to master the cosmic forces of nature. That's the purpose of life. So you can learn more about them by worshiping them and tuning into them and aligning with them, invoking them. And then the next step is to become them and to master them. And the spring equinox is a time of alignment. It's the time of new beginnings. It's a time of purification. And so we're going to be focusing on how we can align with the order of the day. Equinox actually lasts 3 days, and it's different every year. This year's on the 20th, but we observe it the 19th, 20th, 21st. And it represents the time when there's equal day and equal night, and the sun rises in the same place 3 days in a row. You are who you are, beauty. You are the center. You are the pool. And be free, be in liberty, be in peace. Align your heart to mine to balance truth and justice, order and reciprocity for humanity, for the forward direction. I am the Chanting, the cosmic scribe of creation. I have written down your history, and your world is lacking in purity. On this full moon, write out your intentions for peace and justice and wellness for all of humanity. Even those with no money, liberty, equanimity, freedom, and justice for one and all. Write out your intentions. Plant your seed in your garden of life for humanity. I am wrong. I am the sun. I symbolize creation, the light of manifestation. I am a symbol of never and I am not the creator, I am the creation. Use your creativity in ways that help humanity awaken to their divinity. That's the only way to escape slavery. Awaken to your divinity. Use your creativity, your imagination can raise your vibration as you heal your nation. I am evidence, lady of the house, lady who loves purple like me. I am your physicality. I am your mortality. It's time for detoxification of our nation. Eliminate the corruption and deception that's plaguing the leadership, that's leading humanity to search and destruction. Time to pour out your emotions, which is energy in motion. Time to listen to your feelings. Release them, starts your healing. Releasing starts the healing of this nation. Nations of all four directions. Original people, rise up. Express your truth. Teach the youth to see beyond the illusion. You are who? You are Jehuti. You are Sasheta. You are Ra. You are Nebuchadnezzar. No poo, no poo, Jodi. No poo, Sasheta. No poo, Ra. No poo, Nebuchadnezzar. Yeah. Right. I guess I can just do that. Okay. Well, that's what I have to offer for you today, and I hope you've enjoyed it and you've gotten some healing or insight from this experience. And the spring equinox lasts up until the next event, which is May Day, the middle of spring. So you can, replay this and watch it again if you choose to. And once again, just honoring the indigenous people of the four directions that we're all going through decolonizing right now and breaking free of assimilation and the oppression that's been forced on us for so long. And we're waking up. It's a spiritual awakening and it's a global awakening. And we don't have have to be afraid anymore because so many people are waking up now that they can't possibly, I mean, they're trying to squash us with the pandemic and now the war, but there's always going to be survivors. That's what the Hopi prophecy says. We're in the time of the third shaking of the earth, and not to worry because enough of us will survive. Maybe not everyone, but enough of us will survive, and we just have to do our best to keep going. You can find the song Great Purification of All Things on Spotify. It's on my Celestial Folk Music CD. You can learn about the purification of all things. I think I'll have to write a blog post. I had one a long time ago about the Hopi prophecy, the medicine wheel. You can find information on the medicine wheel at tachia.com and lightbeingwellness.com. And you can just do a Google search. Let's see, the next event from Astrology Temple is Monday night, Spring Equinox 2022. Conscious, original, native, celestial, Kemetic reggae, Kemetic rock, Kemetic dub music, live and live stream Monday evening from 7 till 10. You can sign up at tachia.com/springequinox-2022. And the next Ancient African Adoration session will be on March 26th at 7:30 a.m., honoring the Akus, the light beings, the light being elders, I guess. And that's got for today. If you're benefiting from these presentations, you can make a donation to Astrology Temple at Cash App, $Amet El Ma'at. Otherwise, it really helps if you share and leave comments and just let me know what's going on. So I'm going to end with the, oops. It's over here. Oh, and you might, I don't know if you can see, I have this really awesome pendant I got when I was in Kemet. I don't think you can see it, but oh yeah, you can see it. It's Kepra. I have to learn the transcriptions on the back, but in the horoscope system, I'm a Kepra. And Kepra is the god of transformation, so I like to wear this pendant whenever I'm doing sound healing. So we're going to close out with Om. This time we're going to go in the direction of the clock, just to lock in all the good vibrations and manifestations that were shared during the session. And just know that we're coming into alignment with the galaxy during the equinox. During these points on the spiral dance, we're lining up with our Milky Way galaxy, opening up the conduits of light and understanding and enlightenment into our lives, into our hearts, and all those we come into contact with. Just continue to share the positive messages from the spiral dance and medicine wheel, the 4 directions: fire, air, water, earth, body, mind, soul, spirit, spring, summer, fall, winter, north, south, east, west. All right, so this concludes our wonderful, happy full moon, happy spring equinox transmission from Light Being Wellness Center in Astrology Temple. And I look forward to Sounding with you again soon. Do a tap. Thank you for tuning in. A tap.